This is going to be a quick and short subgun shoot, hopefully, on these 6 platforms. I'm going to run the same drill with all 6, and at the end tell you my opinions on each, which one I think is the best or comes out on top, and which one comes out on the bottom. So to go over which one of these platforms I think is the best and which one I think is the worst. First off, those are my first shots for the day. Some of them I did okay. Some of those drills I didn't do too well. But it was fun. It was training. First, to go through them, the Co2 with the Beretta 92A1. I really like this platform. I like the high cyclic rate of the Beretta. The Uzi, I really like the Uzi. I like its high cyclic rate. It does have a metal stock. The only thing I would do differently with this is I would remove this extension here, especially for a vehicle. Just too long and wieldy, but I wanted to give it a try in a vehicle to see if I can make it work, and in some ways I did. The 712, also a high cyclic rate, short package, but the magazine capacity doesn't lock back on the last round. With the way it's set up now, having the stock over top of the charging handle makes it very difficult to charge the weapon. So magazine changes are fun with this. Not really. The old M3 grease gun, really nice. Barrel is kind of long, especially for vehicle operations, but you can make it work. It's accurate, especially at the distance. Magazine changes I have to work on, as you can see. The stock coming out was comical, not cool at all, but you can work on it with training. But I like it. The one thing I would have to say, the downfall with this thing is, if you have one of these things or shot it, it's a freaking tank. It's heavy. So that. The Sig Rattler. Very nice. This one does have, now, I should say, if I can bring it up. Another thing you have to work on is, in a vehicle, slings. These things, they're great with keeping them to your body. Other than that, they get caught on everything. This now has a metal stock instead of the plastic one it comes with, as you can see. So it's much better. But with the sling folded, with the stock folded, the sling attached, trying to load a magazine is not fun. Just found that out first time for the day. And other than that, really, that's the only thing I can fault for it. So if I had to choose, start from top to bottom and choose. Oh, another thing, I don't know if I went over this one or not. The Bearer platform, which is, just something custom that I did. Very short package. This would almost be my number one. Almost. And I'll go through 1 through 6. But the only issue with this is, which can be remedied, but then you lose something. And that is, this cannot fire, I cannot fire this with the stock folded to the side, because the charging handle will come back and hit the stock, and you're out of commission. So the only way to fire this thing, and I guess you can kind of see where I had it just kind of sitting like this, shooting it, instead of having it fully out. But that's the only issue with this. Now, yes, I could cut this off, and then, I could shoot this with no problem, fold it, but then I only have it, the charging handle on one side, and it's not ambi. So I do want to keep the ambi, and again, to shoot it, fold it out, and go to shooting. So from the drills I just ran, my number one pick out of this is going to be the Rattler. Granted, it has the issue with loading the magazine with the stock folded, but that's something you can work with. Or I could actually move the sling from here, and well, the factory one would have a sling swivel here, but this one does not. But I mean, if I wanted to, I could do a 550 cord type of thing, move the sling here, and then when it's folded, I won't have an issue with loading the magazine. So that can be worked around. If this was a real Rattler, you just move it from here to here. So my Rattler would be number one, and this is for vehicle operation drills. The barrel with the size would be number two. My number three would be the Uzi without this fake suppressor attached. Number four, the Cadone. And number five, the 712. And only because with this top attachment here, it makes it really, really difficult to get to this charging handle with the stock retracted. Now, I'm sorry, with it in. With it out, it's easier, much easier to get to, but again, for using it for vehicle like this, very difficult to get to that charging handle. So, and last but not least, my number six is going to be the N3 grease gun. Don't get me wrong, it's an awesome platform, but this thing is heavy. I mean, it's really heavy. And this is without a loaded magazine. And to kind of keep this fair with all these other platforms, you're probably thinking, okay, this weapon uses 2 CO2 cartridges. Well, I used one full CO2 cartridge and one depleted CO2 cartridge. So this was only running off of one CO2 cartridge, one 12 gram CO2 cartridge. So the reason why this is number 6 is because it's heavy. It really is heavy. I mean, it's an awesome platform, don't get me wrong, but it's heavy. The magazine, I should say the stock, being able to just come all the way out, that kind of sucks. And then the length, I can manage the length of the barrel, but the length of the magazine is another issue. So this is why that would be my number 6. Anyway, hopefully someone out there can get something from this. What? I don't know. But for me, it's training from a car, something I don't do a lot. That was a lot of fun. I need to do it more. I need to do a lot of things more, but time, you know. But again, it was fun. I enjoyed doing it. Tell me what you think. If you got anything out of it, great. If not, I understand. But that was it. It was fun. It was training. And hopefully you guys are out there doing the same thing, having some fun, getting some training in. And that's going to be it for today.